Hello, Internet. It is Ida Malik Aaron, and welcome back to the channel, part 160. This is a direct follow up to part 159, so I highly suggest you watch that first. In that episode, I explained all this stuff that's happened recently: Dune Part 2, some MCU movies, some other Disney movies, M. Night Shyamalan movie. Reason why I didn't cover all these in one episode is that it would be too much and I didn't want to deal with that, so I thought it would be better to just split it into two parts. So part 1 was 159, all the MCU stuff: Deadpool 3, Blade, Fantastic Four, Avengers Secret Wars. And now this episode is everything not MC related. So yeah, and this is not my first time splitting a cancel episode into multiple parts. Done it before. I'll definitely do it again, depending on what happens. But yeah. Anywho, let's go through these. So the big one here is Dune Part 2. Since Blade, as it says, evacuated the first weekend of November for of next year, and it got moved to September 2024. Dune Part 2 saw an opportunity and slid right in to that November 3rd spot, which was a very smart move by a company that has not been making smart moves as of late. um but yeah, this makes total sense because without Blade, like, that just left an open spot, an open void, and something had to fill that void, and Doom Part 2 was like, let's do it. And it's also good because its initial date, well, this wasn't its initial date, but it's, recent, its last date, the 17th, it was going to come out the same day as Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That would not have been a good call for those two movies to open against each other. I think the audience would overlap a tad too much, and both movies would suffer. So now with this, both movies can thrive and not get in each other's way all that much. Because, Doom Part 2 is a solid 2 weeks to itself. And then Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes has, I think, what was it? Wish from Disney. That's like Thanksgiving. But basically, both movies, they can survive now. They don't have to kill each other. That's the good thing about it. So yeah. Well, I guess I might as well mention Trolls 3, but I don't think that would have been much direct competition, obviously. And Dune 2 stands unopposed. I don't know any movie that would want to willingly go up against it because, Dune Part 1 last year was literally the only it was the highest grossing HBO Max experiment movie domestically. Even with HBO Max, which was no doubt box office poison for a lot of movies, Dune survived that. So without HBO Max, without those streaming shenanigans, Dune Part 2 should be a bigger hit, realistically. So it'll be a bigger deal. And so having it come out the first weekend of November, which is usually big movies like to come out the first weekend of November, makes sense. So this is all good strategy from Warner Brothers. Even after today, where they fired a bunch of people, like 26% of like their TV crew is it is. I don't even know what to say about it anymore. Everything's been said about the merger at this point. So yeah. Moving on to the non-MCU Disney movies, because it wasn't just MCU movies. There were these three here. There was one from Searchlight, Chevalier, and it's now coming out same day as the Mario movie, April 7th, 2023, so that's not going to stand a chance. And then there's another one, A Haunting in Venice, from 20th Century Studios. That's September 15th, 2023. Okay, even though like The Nun 2 is coming out the same month. I don't know if that's great. Maybe yeah, I don't think that's great, but whatever. But the big one is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That's coming out May 24th, 2024. I've heard they were making another Apes movie, but I was just like, I don't know if it's gonna get off the ground, but it seems like they're serious about it. But the thing is, I don't know what this Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, I don't know what it is. Like, I've barely looked into it. I don't know if it's like a sequel or another reboot, because I don't know, like the Planet of the Apes trilogy we got like in the 2010s. I mean, that ended. I mean, I barely with that. I remember the first movie, Rise. Everyone knows about Rise, and I remember Dawn. I don't remember War very much. It's kind of, my memory of that movie is very fuzzy, but I think it ended conclusively, as far as I know. But I could be wrong. But I'm gonna look into it off screen. Kingdom, Kingdom of the Planet, Planet of the Apes. Okay, it is a sequel. That's really weird. Okay, then. I really thought it was a reboot, but I guess I was wrong. Like, uh, yeah, it's just another one. Like, huh? It started production too. So apparently, they're hoping this leads to like another trilogy of sorts, which like okay, but yeah, it was really weird. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what to say anymore about that. But yay, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't get screwed up. But yeah, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It's the fourth Apes movie in the Planet of the Apes reboot. And when I really thought it was a reboot, I thought it was another reboot, but it's just a sequel. Strange. And all right, last thing. A new M. Night Shyamalan movie. It doesn't have a title yet, but it has a date. It's coming out April 5th, 2024. And this happened on Friday, and I was like, something else needs to happen. I can't just talk about this for a cancel episode because there's not much to talk about. So I had to wait till more stuff happened, and lo and behold, today enough happened where I was like, all right, cancel up, so I get to talk about this thing. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. He already has another movie planned when his next movie hasn't even come out yet. And that movie being Knock at the Cabin, that's coming out within a few months, February 3rd, 2023. I still haven't seen the trailer for that. I haven't seen the trailer for a lot of movies. I saw the trailer for Mario. That was important. I needed to experience that. But everything else, I'm just kind of like, whatever. I'm like, I'll watch it later, and then later never comes. Unless I watch it like in a theater. So yeah, literally nothing to say, but M. Night Shyamalan, he has another movie planned. So cool, I guess. Still with Universal, like he must have a damn good relationship with Universal because they've been distributing his movies since like The Visit, like in 2015. So they must have a really great relationship. So yeah, and that's it. That's all that's happened recently. So let's play the game again. Even though we literally just played it last episode, which I filmed like I don't know, like not even 10 minutes ago. But I don't remember, not even like half an hour ago. But hey, let's do it again. The rest of 2022 there's no point in talking about it because everything should remain the same. So blah 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 blah. No more 2022. 2023. I already talked about the Meg 3 Gin thing having a trailer. Yeah, January, February, March, April, Shovel. There it is. It's apparently it's a limited release going up against the Super Mario Brothers movie. That movie is pretty much destined to print money at this point. So there's that. There's May, June, July, August, September. There's Haunting in Venice. Literally coming out a week after The Nun 2. Why? That's a really dumb idea. But, movie studios like making dumb ideas. Why? I don't know, but they like to do it. Then you got October. Nothing is filled in the October 20th slot. You think something would do it, but no, nothing. Strange. And Dune Part 2 now has November 3rd, which means Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and Trolls 3 opened the 17th and Wish the 22nd. Nothing's taken that November 10th spot. That spot is wide open. So any movie can take that. So, yeah. Then December, I realized like the 8th is an empty slot too. That's someone's got to do something about that. And then all these movies that have yet to, that are in the ether that may or may not come out. In the case of Salem's Lot, may not come out ever. So, yeah. Then you got January, obviously 2024. A lot of dates are, haven't been filled up yet. That should change within the next few months. But yeah, January, February, March, it's April. There's the M. Night Shyamalan thriller right here, the 5th. Only 2 movies for April 2024 at this point. Weird. And then there's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes coming out the same weekend as Furiosa and Garfield in If. No way in hell Furiosa and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes are opening up the same day. That's not going to happen. They're not going to let that happen. I'd be shocked if they did. But it would be wise for either Furiosa or Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes to move, or really Furiosa to move somewhere else. Because that would be a very bad decision for those 2 movies to open the same day. Because they could cannibalize each other. They're both action movies. It would be for the best one of them move. Then you got June, July, featuring the movie I absolutely despise. I despise its existence. That movie being, I don't even want to say it, from Disney, opening July 5th. Nothing for August at all. Wow. Weird. And then Sonic 3. Well, there's Deadpool 3 and Sonic 3, the 2 movies that truly matter to me, coming out in 2024. I guess there's the Garfield movie too. That's right up there. So, yeah, that's what things look like. So, yeah, I don't know what will happen next. I have no clue at all. I mean, if I had to make a guess, I mean, well, besides the Furiosa thing, but that's way in the future. I guess if we're talking about like the near future, man, that's a difficult question. I don't know. I really don't know. I got nothing. I can't think of anything. Like, it's a real struggle. Like Flash, even despite everything Ezra has done, is still coming out next year, next June, come hell or high water. So I don't know at this point. but anything can happen. So we'll see. And yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? I got playlists on the homepage for all previous cancel episodes I've done on the channel. You know, all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. Literally just did episode 159 the same day. So you want to watch that episode along with this and all the other um all the other cancel episodes I've done. There's like now 160, including the two I did today. So yeah, plenty to choose from. Last time I talked about Dune Part 2, that was, oh my god, that was episode, it was like 135. Yeah, 135. Talked about it then, alongside Godzilla vs. Kong 2. So, want to watch that episode or any other um cancel episodes I've done on the channel, go right ahead. There's also box office predictions where I predict box office for movies. This weekend I do Halloween Ends, which which is going to be great considering it's the only movie coming out this weekend. Don't have to worry about anything else. So stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past prediction videos I made on the channel this year, you can go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. The September recap will come out later this week, probably by Thursday. I think it'll be later this week. So stay tuned for that. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I've done on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.